All right, today, yet another day. Okay, it looks like my voice is echoing, but hopefully it's not. But anyway, all right, today is another day that we're going hard in the paint. Okay, we going hard in the paint 1,827 freaking days in a row. Today is day number 4 of the next 5 years of your life. Are you going to go hard today? Are you going to put yourself in a better position to win? Because there's no guarantee that we win. There's a very few winners and a bunch of losers. But you could put yourself even in a better position to win in your own personal life if you do the steps that you need today and every single other day, because you're doing what other people won't do now so that you can do what other people can't do later. Okay, there's people doing things right now that we can't do. They can take the rest of the night off. They could take the rest of the afternoon. Matter of fact, they could take the next 20, 30, 50, the rest of their life years off. Now, will they do it? Probably not, because a lot of them will get bored. But they have the ability to take off as much time as they want to. They don't have to do things. Right now, you're doing things you got to do. You're doing things that other people won't do. And that's what we're talking about. So today's title, it says, are you tired yet? Let's make money. Now, before I get to the let's make money part, because this part right here is the reason why you will or won't make money right here in the beginning. So actually, I am already in that point. It's the mindset here, because if you don't feel like you got to do this, you're just going to casually do it, and you might luck up and get it there, or you just might do what the majority of us do. Yeah, you could luck up and get to the United States, right? You can get to North America if you said, hey, I'm going to set a ship and I'm just going to have no map, no direction. I'm going to put it in the water. The wind will blow it in whatever direction. I might rudder it a couple of times and it'll just float there. Yeah, maybe 1 in a million times. I don't know what the statistic is on that, but I think it's going to be way, 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 way more people that just get lost at sea, land in the wrong spot. It immediately turns you back to where you just started at. And you might just start there. You say, okay, let's put the ship out. And then you get blown right back to the shore. Then you put the ship out and get blown right back to the shore. That might happen 100, 200, 1,000 times. The other times you blow down, let's say you started off the coast of Ghana. You wind up where you at. Now, somehow you wind up in Nigeria. You might wind up, who knows? Man, this would be a worse place you can wind up in France. You might wind up in South Africa. You might wind up in Brazil. But would you be going to the United States? Would you be even in North America? Probably not. Now, if you had a ship with a map, and then also that's only one portion of it, because along the way you'll start to map things out. Let's say you didn't actually know. You just knew it was in that direction. You knew it's generally in this direction right here, straight in front of you. You're like, okay, I'm on the west coast of Africa. United States is like right across from me at this angle right here. And I want to land somewhere over here. Okay, that's how we are in life. We want to land somewhere over there. We're like, I want a better life than I got now. And it's probably like this big ass freaking piece of land. It's this big area. I want to have this much money. Generally speaking, I think this much money will give me freedom, because you're not sure. You're just assuming that it would. Okay, great. How do you get to that general spot when you don't know the obstacles in the way? Because that's one thing. You don't know the winds that are going to blow against you. That's random. But at least you got a map. So then you got to prepare for that. You got the sails that are there. You got the steering wheel that's coming up on the boat. Then you got a team. Now, that team of people that started with you are not going to be there when you finish, most likely. That's what I've seen across the board where people have started. They say, hey, I did this journey, and most of these people are not here when I go across the line. Isn't that crazy? So you're still having a team of people, but they got to be maneuverable. You got to be able to change them out and say, hey, look, no hard feelings, because they'll drop you. It's not like you're dropping them. A lot of times it's they dropped you. You changed. They couldn't be compatible with you anymore. They didn't want to adjust with you. You're growing, and maybe they want to stay on the shore. They just, quote, want it. That's why I said you got to have it. You got to have the mindset of I got to have it, not I want to. not the desire. You got to believe it's what you need, just like freaking air. Many of the things that we do in life are optional, but that don't mean nothing, because you could say, I can optionally work out, and you can be obese if you don't work out. Maybe your genetics could carry you some of the way, but most of us, that's not how it's like. And for the ones that you're saying, hey, my genetics are good, I'm African. There's an obesity epidemic over there too. If you eat the same foods that other people are eating in the same proportions, you're going to get obese too. So when we talk about today's topic right now, as I'm already deep into this, I'm deep into it. How many minutes we're in this one? 5 minutes in. I was about to say 6 minutes deep. We're about there. We're 6 minutes deep into this, and we're already covering this. The mindset. You got to have the mindset of, I got to do this. Then the next step after that is am I willing to die to protect this? Am I willing to die to get it? Now, the one thing, willing to die to get it, I think a lot of people, when they're close enough, they might scrape for it. It's like, hey, scraping at the finish line. Somebody's right there. Not everybody has the drive to do that. All right. And not everybody does. But is it now that you've won, am I willing to die, scrape to that finish line again? Because I won now. Now I got to keep my reputation in this track and field race, and I got to do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. Give me a second, guys. Somebody just messaged me something very important here. But you know what? I'm not going to let them distract me, because we're in this stream. So I'll do two things at once. I can multitask. Now, you got to have I got to have this mindset, like I said. Now, what does that mean? Okay. Now, I said I'm going to live stream on here. This is day number 4 of 1,827. I believe I got to do this. It's not an option. Even if it's not the same time, I got to do this every single day at the current moment. That's my mindset. I didn't even have that as a goal. I just said, hey, I'm live streaming consistently. Now, I might decide that it's every single day, or I'm saying it's 5 days a week. If it's 5 days a week, then every single 5 days a week, I am doing this until it's better adjusted, because that's where your map is. You got to adjust with the wind, but I got to do it. There is no exception at this point that I got to live stream. Okay, I got a live stream. Now, what's the other part of this? I got other things, but I got to do design. I got to write stories. I got to do other live streams in other places. I got a sports channel too. I got to upload videos. And that's a lot of things. Yeah, and honestly, that stuff is hard. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's hard as frick to do. But I'm going to drag you guys with me, kicking and screaming, some of you guys, kicking and screaming, but I'm not going to force you. Okay? Now, the next step. How do we take that mindset and make sure that we're going in the right direction? Because we got obstacles we don't know, right? And then we don't actually know the full picture. Because some of us are going in trailblazing areas that they don't know. Other people are just like, hey, I'm becoming a truck driver. I'm becoming a farmer. Those things are already set. But then there are those of us that don't know. There is no format of that. So you got to take the format of what is already there, as there's nothing new under the sun, and apply it to this new thing. If you were making an AI and there was no AI before, you just take the human intelligence and then you take it and say, here is the map and this is the standard we're comparing it to. These are the tasks that we need. And we're going to take this one thing, the hammer, hitting this thing over and over. And that's what I'm going to have it do. And it's going to adjust and it's going to hit the hammer. Sometimes it hits it hard. Sometimes it doesn't. And then that's the problem you're figuring out. You don't know exactly how you're going to get about doing it from that step, from A to Z, but you know that here's the starting point and you can work yourself backwards and you can break down the task there. If you know that the United States is over there, you don't know exactly how far, but you know it's over there. You can start then reeling in, okay, this is what type of boat I need. This is how much food I approximately need. This is how much money I approximately need. Because these people that's coming with me, they need to get paid. This is how much gold and everything else. Maybe a sunscreen or something like that. Maybe it is a rest stop or something like that, because you got to get your sea legs ready and everything. All of these things you need to know, you need to have coming with you. Now, you're going to develop some of those things along the way. Maybe you didn't bring enough food and you got to go a little bit hungry sometimes. You said the rest of the crew needs to eat. I'm not eating tonight. The rest of the crew, hey, I ain't got the money like that, but I got you when we get on shore. Look, I'm going to sacrifice the money I get, and I got you. We coming in this together. We a family. Those are the hard conversations you might have to have. Hey, guys, crew, I ain't got the money right now. Let's do this all together. I know that all of y'all may not want to do this the full time I do it. This might take 10 years to get to the other side. Some of you guys may leave me within 6 months, 3 months, 2 months. You might not be able to do it, but come on, let's do it. Let's try this. Maybe we get there in 6 months, but let's do this. Let's go over this ocean right here, and let's get to the other side. Those are the conversations that we're having when we know our destination. And our destination might change. You might have started at the United States and you said, man, bump that. I'm going to Jamaica. Now, they treat people crazy over there. I'm going to Jamaica. And you might have started on a task. You got skills, the same skills to get you to the United States to get you to the Jamaica. And it might be better off that you are going to Jamaica than the United States. Because some of us, we change, we adjust. And then you might have said, you know, I'm going to the United States. I'm going to flip around. I'm going to South Africa. Halfway through that journey, you sat there. But you can't be flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping. Now, if you said, hey, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing, I'm go out to sea and do that. That's still another goal. You said, I'm trying to figure out. So I'm going to go a little bit over here. I'm going to go a little bit over here. See how the waters are treating me. Now, when you get that mindset right there, that's what I'm talking about. This mindset is important because some of y'all are real lazy. I can tell you, I got a lazy gene inside of me. You know, a lot of these things are genetic. You know, the fighting against white supremacy. Okay, my people have fought against it. That's why it's inside. It's inside of us, my people. It's inside of Africans in general. Now, some it's inside of way less than others. And they say, you know what, I'll gladly turn over you guys so I could eat. And it's not just the leaders. Because how come they keep finding these random people? That means it's a taste for it. Even the Ukrainians, if there was an overthrow of their government, they had a taste for submitting to the United States. They submitted to their other cousins, their white cousins. Don't just think it's a African thing. Oh, yeah, we just, no, the people do it to each other. Now, do you want to be one of those people that you say, I'm going to cut everybody around me so I get mine? Hey, that's how this business world is, kind of. It's kind of cutthroat. But you could be a different type of cutthroat where it's like, man, it's a grind and people are beating me up. And I'm going to make it. And if I can, bring as many of my homies, many of my family members. And that doesn't mean the people you were born under. Those are the people you choose. The friends you choose, those are your family. Now you're going to say, I'm going to bring as many of my family members as possible. And chances are almost none of them will come with you. But they may just be people you talk to casually, and that they're not the ones that you speak to with business. Don't let them distract you. Now, that's why I say, are you tired yet? Let's make this money. Because are you tired of being where you at? Being in this struggle. So many people say, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired like detergent. Just wash me off. I'm ready to be washed out of this world. Kind of defeatist mindset. Okay, great. You tired like detergent. Okay. Right. Now what? Everybody can say what the problem is. Where's the solution, buddy? Where's the solution, my friend? I'll tell you. Already, I discussed the intangible things that you got to have inside of you. You got to have that drive. And you got to have the I want to do this. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The I got to have to do this. You still got to want to do it. But if you say, I got to do this, imagine you working a job you don't want to do. Well, I got to get this. I got to get the money that they're giving me, man. I hate this job, man. Guys, I hate this job, but I got to get this money. That's the I gotta do it. Don't you notice that? You guys are working jobs or doing things or suffering. You don't like suffering, but you got to suffer, don't you? You got to suffer because you ain't got nothing. You're living in I got to have it anyway. You're on the negative side of it. Let's take you to the positive. Now, here's the thing. Yesterday and the day before, I discussed the avocado business. It put some people to sleep. They said, oh, my goodness, that takes too much effort. That's what it's going to take to make some more money. You can't be who you are right now. You got to kill the old you. You got to decide. Side means to kill. That's why they call it regicide, to kill the king. Suicide, to kill the self. You got to decide to cut off that old thought, to cut off that old way, to cut off that old pattern, and you got to become the new you. Today is less of the tangibles. That's what tomorrow is for. That's what yesterday is for. That's what the first 3 days were for. Today, we got to talk about this mindset, and I'm going to blend this into the other ones because I talk about this a little bit, but I don't give the credence that it really needs. And yes, this is a black screen. You can't have an attention span. You got to be entertained to watch video. Then, well, I don't know what to tell you, man. Now, eventually, I will have some of those videos. I had the booty shaking models up on there. I gotta have the booty shaking women up on there. I gotta have the guys that are about their business, for the men and the women that want to strive for that. They say, man, I want a man that's about his freaking business. You might have a couple of side chicks on there, but hey, look, I don't like that. But hey, he's about his business, and that is rare. Most of these guys, they're not about their business. Then the guys, they say, look, shoot, here go a couple of side chicks. I got some 8s and 10s as side chicks, and I got my woman right here. Or you just might decide, hey, I just got my woman right here. I'm flexing on these people. I got my woman, my car. I got the place I want to stay. You know, a lot of these things, the materialistic stuff, that ain't really for me. But other people like those things. I'm a suit guy. So for me, man, suits. Shoot, I'm going to get a whole bunch of suits again. I used to have some suits like that. Get a whole bunch of suits again. Now for you, what is it that you want to do? What is it that you got to do? Drop it in the comment section below. Tell us what you got to do. Then another thing is, don't tell us specifically. What you got to do is specifically how to go for yourself. What they found out is if you tell a bunch of people, something happens in our brain and it makes us feel like we did something already, that we got a sense of accomplishment. You ever just talk to your friends and be like, yeah, I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Got your hands here, the Birdman hand rub and everything. So that's the thing. So here we go. Now, the thing was, we got to have this taken up to the next level. Because if you just talk to people and say, here go my goals, and you don't have that I got to do it mindset, then you will get that. Where they even had the TV show. What was that in Britain? They had that in Britain. I forget the name of the TV show. Some of you guys might know that. But they had that TV show where they had people etch it on freaking rock. It was a show. I think they were going to pay the winner like $100,000 or 100,000 pounds and everything like that. And if they followed through on their goal, whether it was a weight loss, whether it was starting a business or something like that, guess what? Every one of them, 100% of them failed. They couldn't even make a series out of it. They couldn't even finish the first series, I think. The first season. I think they had to cancel that thing. Because what they found out was the studies were real. Because, you know, some studies are inaccurate because they have certain biases. No. I can tell you from personal experience. Now, the reason why those people didn't follow through is because they told a bunch of people. They got the praise and everything. Then they realized, man, I got to do some hard work. And I felt like I did the hard work because I told people. But they did not inside of their soul. They did not in their soul believe that they got to do it. That's the part that was missing. You could tell anybody a lot of stuff. But if you got the I gotta have it, I gotta do it, you're going to do it. How many of y'all still go to work and yet you complain about it all the time? Yeah. How many of y'all stay in these relationships yet you complain about it? It's the guy, man, I can't get anybody else better. That's the mindset, really. I gotta keep doing this because, oh man, this relationship sucks, but I gotta keep doing it. Why? Because I can't get anybody better. It don't matter the reason why. Your justification is that you're staying there. If it sucks, it could be you that sucked, by the way. But you're still gonna be like, man, this relationship sucks. I gotta do this. I gotta keep doing this. Okay, you still in it. And then eventually, after such and such a long time and a long time and a long time and a long time, you finally do it. But then it's kind of like you completely worn out. Now, when it comes to business and, getting things done, that's not usually how it happens. Because if you get worn out with that, that's you stopping something you already doing versus you starting and then continuing. Now, if you started a business, you get worn out, you stop. Okay. So you got to have I got to have it. This is how I feel every single freaking day when I come out to this. All right. I just wanted to leave y'all with a little bit of that wisdom today. Now, subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. This has got to be one of the most important videos that you're going to hear. As far as mindset right now, this ain't no motivation, because that's another last thing I want to say. This is not motivation, okay? Motivation is going to end as soon as this video stops. As soon as you stop this video, that motivation, you'll be like, man, I feel good. He got me fired up. I'm fired up, y'all. I'm fired up. Yeah, don't matter how you say it. If you're fired up, okay, great, big whoop. Do you have the I gotta have it mindset? I gotta have a better life. I gotta make this plan. I gotta get this money. I gotta finish what I just said I'm gonna do. I gotta do this because so many of y'all be like, man, I'm gonna make a record deal. I'm gonna make this art. I'm gonna sell these wigs. The same thing that almost nobody's gonna really make no money on. Let's be honest. Because you're doing it like everybody else. If you're going to sell the wigs, why don't you do it in a different way? If you're going to make the records, why don't you do it in a different way? Look at Nipsey Hussle in the United States. He sold it to people. He gave his albums away for free. He said, look, if you want to buy the physical one, you pay $1,000 for one. I think it started at $100, and then his second album or whatever, it was $1,000. Okay, great. And people bought it, $100,000 like that. If you're going to do a wig business, if you're going to do a sewing business, why don't you do it differently? Huh? Why don't you do that differently? People did burger businesses differently, right? That's where we got McDonald's from. They got a real estate business, what burgers as a front business, as a front group, to use like a drug term. Where the drug dealers will have their drugs and everything, then they'll have a washing machine business, a cleaning business after that. I think that's where they get the money laundering term from. Or they have an apartment complex business or whatever else. They'll be like, look, this is where we got the money from when the government come and try to investigate. Like, how did y'all get all this money? I'm sure we just did real well in this laundromat business. Did y'all know that at one point in the United States, and I think it still might kind of sort of be true until recently, that the number one way to become a millionaire in the United States was to have a laundromat. And for the people that don't know, that's just where people come to wash their clothes. Because some people actually told me they don't know what a laundromat is. Okay, great. On the continent, some people don't know what a laundromat is. That's where people come to put it in a machine, a washing machine, and they pay money. And you got the business. You got the whole business. Maybe some of y'all could do that over there. Maybe that's a thought for you all. Somebody starts a laundromat business. Now you got to have a lot of water, consistent water, electricity, and all that stuff. Maybe you got some backup generators and everything. But hey, maybe you got a laundromat business. They come in and throw a couple of swipes on the card. Maybe that's it, or however it goes. Take the money, and maybe the coins are worth too little for you to have a coin machine. But in any case, they got a laundromat, and that was the number one way that people in the United States became a millionaire. Now, I just wonder, I'm like, man, all these people drug dealers? Because I'm like, wait a minute, huh? But y'all, come on now. You got to have the I got to have it mindset. Then anything else you say after that, now we got to involve the creativity. That's what tomorrow is going to be for. Okay. Today, let's talk about the mindset and make sure that we're ready for it. Because yeah, you could have a mindset do the wrong freaking thing and you just spinning the wheel, but you super dedicated to spinning the wheel. You hitting your head against the rock. You digging in the ground with a freaking fork when you should be digging in the ground with a shovel. You digging in rock with a fork, better yet. And then when a fork breaks, you like, man, I'm gonna keep on digging. No. That's why I gave you the example of the ship, and you change direction, you change course, you adjust. You got the map, but the map is there for a guide. But when you hit the real world, the wind, the waves, the storms on the sea, you gotta freaking adjust. You still going there to the destination, but you got to freaking adjust. That's what we're doing now. This is a whole global adjustment. United States got to adjust. They're not the bullies no more. They ain't got the power to bully everybody anymore. They still got the power to bully a lot, but not everybody no more. And they got to adjust. And if they don't adjust, they're going to crumble. That's what's going to happen. Anyway, thank you guys for coming out today. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Let me know what you like about the video, what you dislike, and let's see how this goes. Maybe if you got the I gotta have it mindset, let us know what some of the I gotta have it's that you have right now. Drop it in the comment section below and give us a progress report. And I mean this because I'm gonna have y'all call in. If you drop that in the comment section below, I want you to come back to me in 3 calendar months, 90 days. And I want you to report back to me what you made progress on. I don't want it just to be in the comment section. I'm going to start having Zooms and StreamYards, and I want you to call in and say exactly how it be with you, okay? Not how it is, how it be. What did you do? You say, hey, I got a cosmetic business. I'm about to do this thing right now. Let me go slide in and do these things right here. Okay, great. Let's do it. All right, peace.